So during summer and last year, I was in a really bad place and started cutting. And it got worse and worse over the years. I got sent to a teen shelter for 6 weeks. And it was probably the hardest thing ever, but I had to lean on God to trust that He would get me better. So with that, hi everyone, I'm Gabby. I'll be answering the question, why does God make you go through tough times? One of the things I did find was that when you struggle in life, to maintain a relationship with God, you also have to have faith, trust in God. The verse John 1:5, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. I find this verse so very true. If you think about in your struggles in life, most likely they never last your whole life. They may be a long passing period, but once you give it all to God and let Him take over, you'll be so much better because God never wastes your pain. He always has a purpose. Think about Jesus. He had the ultimate price in pain. He died on the cross, but He didn't do it because He just decided, oh hey, I want to be brutally hanged on the cross and killed. No, He did it for all of you so you can go to heaven, and most importantly, He did it because our Father told Him to. It was a tough time, but at the end, it was the most amazing outcome. Romans 5:3-5. More than that, we rejoice in our suffering, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character. The character produces hope, and hope does not put us to shame, because God's love poured into our hearts in the Holy Spirit who has been given to us. 2 Corinthians 1:9. Indeed, we felt that we had received the sentence of death, but that was to make us rely not on ourselves, but on God who raises the dead. Well, what about Jonah, who's stuck in the whale for 3 days and 3 nights? I mean, I couldn't even imagine that. I'm sure Jonah was furious with God, but once he put all his trust in the Lord our God, he was free from the whale. I mean, wow, doesn't that just say by itself how trusting our Father can get us out of anything? I mean, literally, He got Jonah out of a whale, so why wouldn't God help us overcome our struggles in life? Romans 8:28. And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called accordingly to His purpose. What about the story of Moses and the Pharaoh and the 10 plagues? If you don't know them, I'll brief them up. Number 1, water into blood. Number 2, frogs. Number 3, lice. Number 4, flies. Number 5, diseased livestock. Number 6,